I just want to know
How
when
do they
did.
hold it down?
I just
Yeah,
want to
I
know
don't know. I
when.
ain't never had to. I don't. I will get the Gillens on here. Yeah, I'll get the Gillens on here. Sure. Come on, Melissa, because you know, hey, do you want me to go fish? Because you know we almost touched some before we started the show.
Well, I want to know when did men start to feel that being vulnerable is an illness?
I can only speak for me. When you grew up the way I did, I didn't have no father, no granddad around me. I ain't had no uncles. I had an uncle, but my uncle
But
was in the street. I ain't had.
majority of the men have not grown up with a same household, two
Yeah,
parent
that's
household.
that, that's the
Majority of men
problem
you meet
right
nowadays, they haven't. That's the problem.
there. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the problem right now because, like I said, and to be honest with you, I didn't grow up with my father in the household, and my son, he grew up, I guess when he about 6, 7, 8 years old. But after that, my son be 20 years old, February the 11th. He went in the house with me. And that's still a disconnect. But now he grown now, so I got to go to him with a man conversation, not a little boy conversation.
I don't have no place to plug it
Hmm.
in.
But now I know the importance of that. Now I got a 2 year old right now. So the importance of me being in his life, man, it can't be separate. He has to see me. He has to
You
see
have
me
to see
shave.
you.
He has to see me walk and talk. He has to see me cook.
I think I got a cooking for it, but that's
He has to
Hmm.
see me go out there and work. Be respectful. You see what I'm saying? He has to
Hmm.
see all that because he gonna mimic what he see. And that's what happened to a lot of our
Hmm.
young black men. We mimic the dope dealer. We mimic the rapper. But those are characters.
Hmm.
The rapper is characters. The dope dealers characters. And they out there in the street playing hard, man. They get behind them bars. They crying to mama. They crying to the
Hmm.
wife in the bed, mama, baby, don't leave me. And then they homeboy about 6 months in, then had a baby by his baby mama.
Hmm.
And then that's when they normally find become a Muslim and find God when they in jail.
Yep,
And then when they
that's
get out,
true.
they do three months in, they back out there selling dope again. No,
Same
come on, man.
thing.
Hey, we about to get a real old man talk for real. Come on, Miss Zina. What else did you?
Uh, so aside from the vulnerability thing, the lack of communication that people give in the world today, not just men, women as well. When it become not okay to have communication amongst one another, whether it be friends, relationships, or just situationships, whatever they are? People do not talk anymore.
Yeah,
Everything is movement.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's no communication, all hell gonna break loose. And that go with friendship, boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, baby dad. It's gonna come because even if you don't physically communicate with them out your mouth, shoot them a text, write them a letter. Because a lot of times people think something and have something in their mind, and it may not be what it is. But once you have that conversation, then it won't be like that. That's why it was so important for me to have the conversation with my friend, but they never wanted to have that conversation. So I prayed for them and I kept it moving. See what I'm saying?
But see, all this goes back to Adam and Eve, unfortunately. You
Come on
know,
with it.
it's been said that because of them eating that good old fruit, that he was going to cause enmity between the man and the woman. So
I can't hear them.
it's like you have to work harder to get where you want to be at. Like we can't just assume now that we're gonna be all at grace and peace and think that we just gonna socialize and not cause no drama and be at peace. Nah, you gonna have to work harder for it. You know.
But,
So
but
I
so,
just
so
believe that if you
You know you want to keep it.
let me ask you this question.
Want that
And,
chicken
and,
one.
and,
It
and
always.
listen, I know you're really good with this. I know.
Fried chicken, and cabbage.
I probably need to ask you. Miss Johnson, you interrupting the broadcast. Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
I
gonna
was
pray?
talking about chicken and cabbage in the pot.
Put me on mute. It's a mute button down
My bad.
there. But listen, I know you gon' I think we see eye to eye on this. Women will communicate quicker than men.
absolutely.
Why? I know why men don't open up, but uh, do you believe that women is it a time and place to communicate, or you just need to throw it on the man, or is that something that the woman need to kind of like know
With
herself?
growth and maturity, that's what women should do. Yes.
Okay.
We need to, and I'm sorry to say it, because this is something that I'm going through as well. It's a growing process with me. But yeah, it's a place where you have that conversation. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and embarrass you in front of friends or out in public like that. You might get that look. Like most women give a look, like, okay, you want to keep going? You want to keep on talking about this right now? But even if it's personal things like that with women, we just need to get it off our chest. We need to just speak what's on our heart, and I need you to be able to be there and listen to what I'm saying. I need you to hear because if we're supposed to be together, you got to feel my heartbeat. You got to hear my cry. I need you to be able to say, baby, it's going to be okay. That's what we seek as women in our men: comfort, protection, trust, vulnerability. That's why we are the weaker vessel.
Then what would you do if your man just shut down? Just don't talk to you. What? How? Honestly, don't tell the truth. How would you?
This is so honest. I'm telling you. Look, now she's gonna unmute and raise her hand.
I can answer that. Oh yes, I could definitely answer that one. What do you do when they just shut down? I'm married to that right now. Okay. And what you end up doing is you start to become uncaring when you are not that person. When you have a caring nature, and when you're a person who needs to communicate and have clear understanding in order to move forward, and you don't have that, you end up shutting down.
Oh, wow. So let me
just stop caring.
Let me ask you a question. Do you ever think that by your husband or significant other shutting down, do it frustrate you to the point that you get angry sometimes? Honestly, tell the truth.
Absolutely.
Ain't the police.
You ain't got to even convince me to tell the truth. Yes.
Do you throw pots and pans and say you?
No.
Okay.
No. I used to fuss. I used to cuss. I used to argue. I used to do all of those things.
You used to cuss it out.
Because I felt like he didn't care.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We gonna come right. So you saying you used to cuss your husband out because you want to communicate and he shut down. Now he may not intentionally know he shut down on you. He probably just didn't want to talk about it, but you was cussing your husband out. It's okay.
No, it would start out as a conversation and it would lead to an argument. Because it was like, I'm trying to express myself, you're not listening, and you're also not giving feedback, and it's frustrating. Yeah. And then I start feeling like, okay, I'm sitting here wasting my time, my breath, my energy, and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to talk to you so that we can resolve an issue, and the issue is becoming bigger instead of smaller. And eventually, yes, anger sets in, and yes, you just get frustrated, and yes, you will end up cussing them out.
So at that point, I'm gonna ask you this question. You said you're a spiritual person. At that point, do your mind tell you to go to your Bible, go in your closet and pray, or you just operate in the flesh and you just still upset?
Eventually, I ain't gonna say and tell you.
Eventually, I'm talking about.
I never had nothing. Never told me to go in the closet and pray. Nope, nothing. My spirit, my soul, my mind, nothing ever told me to go in the closet and pray. Plenty of things told me to bust them upside the head, but I didn't listen to that either.
Oh Lord! Did you ever? Let me ask you this question: did you ever? Now, again, I don't want to start. Now, your husband in the house with you now, right? Y'all good?
Yeah, we good. But ain't nothing I ain't gonna say in front of him.
Okay, there you go. Now, did they ever get to the point that you said, and again, I don't know, but I'm asking you, did you ever get to the point where you said, man, what the hell? I'm out. I want, I'm just gone. I want to divorce.
I said that yesterday. Am I lying, Melissa? I said that yesterday.
Look at him. I'm not responsible for any brain damage when you get. Now, what up, husband? What up? Hey, this your boy, Mr. LP. It's all love over here. But yeah, but that's a real space, and that don't mean that you crazy. That don't mean nothing wrong with you. A lot of people want to force. She need to heal and be able to cope with her feelings.
Well, it's one thing of healing and coping with your feelings. I just had an episode.
Come on.
2 days ago, where my ex-husband thought it was okay to call me after I said not to, and that made me very angry. I'm like, you're married you're in a whole new relationship. Why are you calling me?
Well, why you didn't block the number?
Well, why should I have to? If I asked you not to call me, just don't call me.
See, well, yeah, y'all know men don't follow instructions. Y'all know that.
Well, guess what? I do, and I understand how to cut that conversation short and be as nasty as I need to be, and I
But
was.
but why you gotta be nasty when you can simply just say block? And
I
you
was nice, nasty. I was nice, nasty. He was asking me how I was doing, and I gave him a fine, and I'm laughing and joking on the phone and all of that. He was like, "Well, you could call and check on me sometime." I said, "No, I think you should ask your wife to do that."
ooh, hey, we finna get in some waters, y'all. Men, y'all on here, y'all better help me because she talking about us on here. But you
How
can
can
tell
you
me.
see? Don't they live chat while you doing this? I like to see the live chats. Don't they do that?
I would love to see that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see nobody on here. I'm up. I got my admin is busy right now at the time. But
Oh
yeah,
Oh,
Lord.
I found it. You see that little side thing that says comments?
well,
Take it off of full screen.
for me,
No, them. It's on the side where it says private talk and then comments. You can
well,
see
yeah,
the
okay, man. Miss Zina, man, whew.
Oh
Bro,
no,
don't call her no more,
I'm
bro.
not one to play
Bro,
with. I'm quiet.
if you listen, bro, don't call that woman no more, bro. She said she gonna bust your head.
And then he tried to
First of
make
all,
it
it
like he
ain't just
calling
if you
asking if I'm my
listening, bro. Let's
daughter.
talk about the messages. How you don't need to be. If you're a married man, you need to stay faithful to your wife. Let's talk about that part. 2022, married
All
men need
right.
to stay out of women that are singles inboxes, and they need to stay committed to their wife.
And if
You,
I was such
and when
if I
single
was such
women
a
hit their
bother,
inboxes, they need to shut it down, but they don't.
but
Hello.
but
yeah.
my thing is, you were married to me. I was such a bother. Why do you feel the need to pick up the phone and call me? I was such an aggravation. I made you feel a
Because he
certain type
missed
of
you,
way.
Zena.
He
He
didn't mean
missed
it.
I
you.
don't care.
He didn't
I
mean it.
don't care. Well,
Let
guess
me
what?
let
He
me
better
let me,
mean it now.
let me tell you why you know.
I
Let me say why you know he didn't mean it because
ain't like them anyway.
he called you back. See, when men or women are really done, they're done. They're not gonna call you. They're not gonna text you. They're gonna block you off Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
They are gonna remove themselves from you.
That's
Now,
what women do. Men don't.
yeah, they do. Trust me.
Mm,
Uh,
Me, I'm gonna tell you, man. A lot of time our
until you're
pride.
on the receiving end of that call and that
You know,
Facebook and that
I'm
text.
gonna be honest with you. Couple of weeks ago, this is a true story. A couple of weeks ago, my dumb butt got upset, made an emotional decision, and no, that's not what God wanted me to do. And when
Now, see, don't you know you ain't supposed to make decisions when you're emotional?
but we talking though, right? To my bros, they check me. They check me. And then when the real check, you got to be honest with the real. So they checked me and said, "Bro, did God tell you?" Man, no, God ain't told me that. I was operating in the flesh, but I told the truth. But it really happened. But now, since I didn't calmed on down, I'm kicking myself in the butt so hard. I shouldn't even took that route. Shouldn't even took the route.
Mhm.
And my big homies was trying. The only thing the big homie was really
The big
saying,
homies was the
no,
GPS. They was like, turn left,
no,
turn left.
no, big homie was right. Big homie was right, but big homie was one of my that the reason why I didn't go to him because he don't even know we're in a bad space. Bro, we're in a bad space, bro. That ain't why I didn't come to you. Real talk. So I wanted to get you
Mm.
privately and talk to you. But so if you hear this, bro, you know what I'm talking about. Trying to talk to you, let you know what the real going on. I ain't finna be on no Zoom call. I ain't gonna be none of that. Man to man, bar, pool. We can play man to man. I tell you what you want to hear because I'm gonna tell you the truth. We ain't gonna be out there squabbing, but we gonna have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of
Mm.
times we say things that we really don't even mean. We just pride, hot headed, just talking, knowing
Mm-hmm.
damn well if y'all leave us, boy, we gonna be crying. We gonna lose about 10 pounds. We ain't gonna know how to fold our clothes or nothing. Y'all already know what y'all do.
He said, fold our clothes.
Man, y'all ain't man cooking and making sure we straight, man. Man, no. Half of us good men, man, we don't even know when the bill due. We just give y'all our check. You know what I'm saying? So We don't be knowing. But man, we say some stupid stuff. We don't really be. We just hurt, and a lot of times we hurting because of something in our past, like our fathers or our mothers. A lot of times, a man look for his mother and his wife or his significant other. I ain't lying. A lot of times, a man look for mama in his wife, and wife is wife.
Well, I'm not trying to be nobody's mother.
I already know, but that ain't what the niggas say.
I need a man.
That's not. That's
You know,
we
gotta. Why don't men show their vulnerability side to the women? Because it's how we raised. We raised to be tough, not to cry. If we cry,
I don't want you to cry. I don't want you to cry.
We shut down and we want to. Why you think most men don't go to church? We in pain, but we don't want to show weakness to our women. When a lot of times our women looking for us to be vulnerable because they are naturally nurturers, bro. So when you be vulnerable to them, they gonna nurture us back to health. We the providers and the protect. They gonna get us back right. A lot of times.
My question is, okay, you're right. We do want you to be vulnerable to us, but my question is, if you can't be vulnerable to your wife, then who can you be vulnerable to? That's the one person in the world
That's the first person you should be
vulnerable with.
Well, and I will tell you this, and you're gonna be like, no, why should I have to do that? But you know what? Sit that brother down in the house and give him an opportunity to say, baby, I want you to be more vulnerable to me. And you keep telling him it and rubbing, you keep praying for your significant other, your husband, and just rub on him. Rub on him and say, baby, I want you to be the vulnerable sometime. Cause we don't be knowing, we don't be thinking half the time. We come home from work, we need time to wind down. Half of y'all don't even say, hey baby, how was your day? Man, we didn't call hell at work, and we didn't came home. Now, not all, but some won't even ask us, baby, how was your day? You see what I'm saying? So when we come in the house, first thing y'all looking, y'all frowning at us.
And I got a question in reference to that. That woman was the exact same woman that you knew she was before she married her, so you shouldn't have been expecting nothing different.
No, not exactly. Because a lot of time when you go to marital counseling, that's when stuff come out. But a lot of people allow marital counseling. They just want their ring. They want that lavish wedding, and they don't keep it real. I've been married 3 times, and the only time I've been to marital counseling was this marriage I'm in now, and I've been married 3 times. But it taught me to be real in my marital counseling. But sometimes when you be real in marital counseling, hey, it still don't work out. Communication is key, man. Communication is so important. Communication is important. And I ain't talking about going outside your house and communicate. Your significant other and your husband, your baby dad, if y'all living in the house together, y'all ought to be best friends. However, y'all
we ain't
looking for peace when you ought to keep peace in your home. When you go to church acting like you peaceful, but it's hell in your home. No. Get your house together, then go out there and worship with other church members, then you'll be doing something. You see what I'm saying? But they got it all wrong. Your house got to be right. Husband got to be praying. Wife got to be praying. Kids got to be praying. The husband got to be praying over the family. Praying for it. Got to be prayer. Bible study. You can have your church is in you already. Let it flow through you. However you see fit to lead your family.
Okay, but I gotta stop you right there though. What if you meet somebody who is not so y'all start off as the same thing. We both met in the club, right? One of them finds the Lord, right? It's not a red flag because y'all was doing the same thing at the same time in life. Y'all enjoyed the same things. Huh?
What's happening?
Situation, bro.
Oh, okay.
But then at some point, one person decides that they want to have a relationship with the Lord. They want to go to church. They want to better their lives. They're tired of doing the same stuff, right? Yeah. If you ever seen this movie, A New Husband for Christmas, that's basically the backdrop. It's a very good movie. Look up. It's on YouTube for free.
So
but anyway.
So what you said, if I was a man, go ahead.
The thing about it is that everybody, you can say that to say, okay, well, I should start praying for them, blah, blah, blah. But everybody's not, they haven't always been there. At some point, one person is going to be like the Bible says, how can two walk together unless they agree, right? So we were at one point the same thing. We used to go to the club together, we used to drink together, smoke together, blah blah blah. Then you know what? Here goes. Usually it's the female. I'm tired of doing the same old thing. I want something different. I feel better when I went to church or I hear this song, or I like to hear gospel music. I don't want to hear this no more, And then the dude be like, "Nah, I don't like that. Why you changing? Why you acting like that?"
He wrong.
Things start to change.
Yeah, he wrong for that.
Who
He
wrong?
wrong.
Yeah.
If that woman come to you and say, "Bruh, baby, I don't want to go to clubs no more." No, bro, you got to let that one. You got to let her do her. Talk to her, sit her down, and ask her how she feeling and why she tired, because God probably could have been leading her to that.
Okay, let's be honest. How many men do that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I was when I met my wife, I was still cuckoo. You see what I'm saying? My wife was in church way heavier than I was, and I had that accident. And most men would have got engaged and got married and tried to move the wife from their church. But I did the opposite. I went to where my wife went. I joined her church. Most men would have married and moved their wife. So yeah, some men out there, they let their wife do a little something if they be real with themselves. But then the tables turn. The tables turn. You see what I'm saying? I'm more outspoken and can talk to people. But it took me a healing process to go with other brothers where I can get comfortable enough to have dialogue, such as women like yourself. But my wife, she's not a talker like that. She don't do all that.
Okay, so that doesn't mean that you said the tables turned, but just because you are more outspoken and you are more willing to speak to other people and outgoing does not mean that the tables necessarily turn, because she could still be just as strong in her faith and just as strong in ministry as she is without being so outspoken and without being so out there in your face about it. Because like, I'm speaking from experience, like myself, I'm not that person that's going to go and be like, hey, look at me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's not who I am. And this right here, what we're doing right now, is very out of the box for me.
Come on, God.
Very out of the box for me. I'm not that person. I'm more of that person that
it's
the job needs to get done, I get it done, and I'm behind the scenes. I'm that person that you don't see, but everything is where it's supposed to be, because I make sure everything is in place.
And it's funny that she mentions that, because
y'all see Miss Beverly Morgan come in.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, y'all. That's
hey, Sora.
For the people who can't, I'm gonna let you go, Ms. Zina. For the people who want to hear what she stated, it's stated in the development of a relationship, we have to share each other goals and aspirations now and in the future, so we can support each other. I like that.
That's true.
I like that. Yeah, that's true.
And she said friendship is the basis of a good relationship. Yeah. It's the basic foundation of a good relationship.
Yeah, because you got to be friends with your significant other. Because after a while, man, the sex it gonna fade out. You know, so we all gonna fade out. You have to follow on more than just
put on mute.
Even love sometimes. You know, sometimes you can fall out of love and you can still make decisions that's not godly. So yeah, you got to have more than just love and want to jump in the bed with your significant other. It's got to be a real close knit relationship. Because I'm again, like I would always tell young men that they think I'm crazy, but when my wife gets sick, I be sick. Or when she hurt, I hurt. No matter how I may be feeling at the moment, I may be mad as hell. But when she hurt, I be hurt. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of men are like that. They just don't never share it. So they don't know how they don't know how that really make y'all feel. Because if a man come into the house and really talk to our ladies, bro, man, boy, you talking about we get everything. You know what I'm saying? For real, because we're actually talking to them about the things that we're dealing with or the things on our mind and on our hearts. And they're gonna naturally go into the role of getting us back together. That's what I do. It feels good too. Oh yeah,
I'm a more, I'm a quiet,
yeah.
I'm a, I'm a quiet person. Lisa always says that she, she doesn't understand how I say I'm not an outgoing person. I'm not. I can't help if people come drawn to me, but I'm quiet. I'm sitting back and I'm watching. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing. I'm gonna just sit and watch. I'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm a very spiritual person. I have my ways of seeing things and feeling things and making it aware, but I'm not gonna do it to strangers. I will not do it to strangers.
One of my homegirls said her husband come to her church. I said, you go, my girl. Hey, he better go, because you would knock him across his head if he didn't go. Miss Arisa Ashley from Jackson, Tennessee. She live in Jackson, Tennessee. I think she originally from Union City, Tennessee.
You got a friend on here, Ibrahim White. He says he don't think men can be vulnerable. Can't be vulnerable. It's how you guys are raised and your experiences, etc.
Well, yeah, that's one of my homies. Yeah, we can be vulnerable. It's if we choose to be vulnerable. It's there. Uh, but a lot of us, uh, that's why I'm so big on the youth. Once you get our age, in your 30s, I mean, I'm not gonna say 30s, but 40s. Man, it's hard to break. It's hard. It's hard. It's harder for us because we've already set in our ways. Uh, but yeah, you can be vulnerable enough. But I don't understand why men can't be vulnerable when they in good health, but then when they get sick, they want to cry and say, "Baby, help."
Ooh, yes.
So if you can be vulnerable when you hurting and you down, you about to die. Why you can't be vulnerable when you up living, man? See, man, don't y'all get me started. You hear me? Don't get me started now. And again, and I'm talking to me.
Now you preaching my language. Go ahead,
Talking
preach.
to me too. So don't y'all got like LP talk? No, I'm talking to me too, bro. For real.
On their last leg.
If you several times, well, man, my wife be want to cuss me out. But see, the difference between me and everybody else, my wife, I always come back and say she's seen her husband cry. You see what I'm saying? She's seen me get on my knees. Right. I come to her and talk to her about certain things, even if she don't want to hear it now. A lot of times she don't want to hear it, but I come to it anyway. So my wife can never say that he don't come to me. I come to her all the time because I understand the importance of communication. Now she's not there yet. She communicates on some stuff, but she's not a big communicator like I am. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, I could be up here with it and be walking. Oh, okay, Lord, whatever. But what happens when I had that bad day at work and I really need that communication and I don't get it? Yeah, you can go take a ride, you can go work out and hit a punching bag, but at some point, bro, at some point, you're gonna be frustrated. So when Miss Johnson stated that, I felt that because she was being real. She was being real.
Okay, I got another question for you. If you had a sister in your ministry that came to you and she expressed to you that she feels like she is walking through the journey of life alone and she got a husband, what would you say to her? What would your advice be to her?
Keep walking on her journey. What God has for her may not be the right timing for her significant other. Just because we married don't mean you walk with me. We just talked about that. I started Man Talk Ministry. People don't see my wife coming on Man Talk. So does that mean that she don't support Man Talk? No. She just don't walk how I walk in. But you can't force your significant other to run the church just because you run the church. You keep going, you keep praying, and you allow God to work on your significant other. Because if you try to force that thing, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be an argument. I promise you, it's gonna be an
I
argument.
get that part. I get that part. But I'm talking about in every aspect, she feels like she is alone.
Well, did she go to him and communicate with him? No. Did she do it? She went and had a conversation with her husband.
Multiple.
multiple times. Well, that's when you have to rely on God and pray. Because if you love them and that's your husband, you can't run off and leave them in divorce because y'all not seeing eye to eye on it. No, that's when you go harder. Then that's when your
Mm.
oil really have to pour out you.
Okay, how long do you do it? How long? How many years are you going to do that? How many times are you going to go down that road with that same person over and over and over? How many times are you going to have that conversation? How many times are you going to, how many years of your life are you going to dedicate to being alone in a marriage?
Oh, okay. Oh
How
yeah.
many years?
And I'm talking to me
Now,
too. Oh yeah. Now
now you got 10 years in this marriage of the
yes,
same daggone thing.
same dang thing. But you know what? People really don't realize they get up there, they get the little ring, they just happy, everybody looking good, smelling good. But I don't think people really pay attention to the vows. And I'm talking to me too. The vows saying to death, do us apart. So really, I don't care what he or she do to you. Until they die,
Oh yeah,
that's what you chose.
wow.
You got to go through it, and the only person get changed is God. And if God ain't ready for it, what you do, you keep loving, you keep praying. Because see, if you allow what they're doing to get you frustrated, you gonna be out of track, and that's what causes friction. Now, what you got to do is, okay, Lord, I'm waiting on you. I love my husband. I love
I
my man.
get that.
And
I get that.
I know one of my homegirls. One
Thank
of
you,
my
baby.
homegirls. We talked about this. Man, I have so much respect for her because I seen my homegirl. Man, my homegirl been waiting. And she just been a praying and just a smiling. And she been getting blessed and blessed and blessed. You know what I'm saying? Posting. I know what's up. Man, I love that girl because that encourages me. Because when I get frustrated with my wife, Facebook, there go my homie, there go my girl right there. Look how my girl doing. And it helps me. Now some people wait, that's crazy.
Mm.
No, no, it's not. Because that sister is still in it. So you mean tell me because
Mm-hmm.
she's still in it now? I'm a man. I'm supposed to run out of it? No, I'm finna get my ass right back in them trenches. That what I'm.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I do some out of my emotions, it's out of emotion. And I readjust myself. I talk to myself, talk to God, and I get right. Then when the men and the bros come to me and tell me, bro, you wrong. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear them right now at the moment because I'm still in my flesh mode. But when I get out to myself and start praying and reading my Bible, I get right. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I have the utmost respect for her. Utmost respect. So she watching. She know what it is.
I can tell you this: when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of the same reaction, at some point, man, that thing bring you to your knees, and then that's when God will show you, and you have to deal with you first before you can deal with anybody else. But only when you ready, because He's a gentleman and He ain't going to force Himself or His ways on you, because you're not going to receive it. And
No.
it's going to be a temporal change. It's not going to be nothing permanent.
And she right because I've
So
a whole lot of stuff.
totally different journey. It's plenty of people that can say that they're in a marriage, but they're totally alone. But you're really not alone. You're only on a journey, and God is waiting to say, "Okay, I'm ready to hold your hand. Let's. Can we talk? Oh gosh, can we talk?
Yeah.
Right? Come to
But you
me.
know what? But you
Let
know
me
what
show
God
you
has
something
spoken to me
about
about?
you, or let me show you another piece of you that you don't know nothing about. That's where you get to
Yeah.
grow. When you dig deeper
Yeah.
into Him, you get to grow and you get to see another side of you that you never even knew that existed. You find out what your likings are. You find out more of you.
Yeah. That's
Speaking from
real.
experience.
Go ahead. Who's that speak? Oh, yeah. You right. But a lot of
Nobody.
times,
I said speaking from experience.
well, yeah, I can speak from experience. A lot of times, I'm just gonna be honest with you. God will take you through a process, and He's waiting on your response on how you gonna handle it. A lot of times we mishandle what God is processing out of us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Man, I've mishandled some things, and I know better. But hey, man, flesh got the best of the man of God. He got the best. He won, but hey, I'm back right. So again, a lot of times, we just mishandle what God is doing.
So at
Cause
no
it's the
point
easy
in this
way.
situation, at no point in that situation should either one of those parties think that maybe, perhaps, just maybe, this wasn't something that God put together.
Y'all been into for 10 years. What you talking about?
In the relationship for 10 years,
Okay, so what was God telling you when you first accepted, the marriage? What did He tell you? You can't you can't you can't love your husband the first year, then on 10 year you don't love him. No, it don't. No, you can't do that. You cheating
it's
your
not
wife.
about love. It's definitely not about love. It's
Oh,
not about not loving the person. It's about loving the person enough and loving yourself enough to know when something is right or wrong.
okay, let me ask you this question. And Lord knows, I hope. Now, are you talking about a friend or yourself?
Oh, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm talking about myself.
Okay, have your husband ever hit you, like punch
He would get. You don't want me to answer that question.
you? Hey, I ain't the police.
He ain't crazy.
I ain't the police. I'm just saying he ain't never hit you.
He don't want to die.
Okay, well, hey, you just want don't play. Then have he ever to you? You know, since we all encourage men and women. Have you ever been verbally abusive to you? Yes or no? I know you have.
Um, I have.
I know I can tell. I can tell.
I'm not a verbally abusive person.
But you have been verbally abusive.
I think we both have.
Okay, all right. But now you have to ask
Now
yourself.
you got me putting my business out here on Front Street.
No, it's all right.
But
Hey,
it's
I'm putting mine out there. See what I'm saying?
nah,
What
nah,
I'm
nah.
saying to you, you just have to figure out a way to reset your relationship with your husband. It, it's you got 10 years in the game. That ain't no
Man, listen.
year. No, no,
I'm hearing everything you're saying, but yeah.
no. See, a lot of us, what's happening?
Everything you're saying, I've been there, done that repeatedly. I
I
have
know it.
done it
I know it. But see,
repeatedly.
you're trying to force something, and I'm telling you based off.
Yeah, and if you can't force what ain't meant to be. Sometimes you gotta let it go.
Let me ask you
Just
this
like
question.
a TKO.
He's still coming in and paying them bills, though.
Listen, it
I'm
ain't
just
about
saying.
money. It ain't about money. It ain't
I, I,
about bills.
I'm just saying. You are feeling a certain type of way. I understand because I've been there. But that's when, see, one of my spiritual leaders had told me, man, when it's prayer in the home. When you have prayer in your home and you have the right connection with God, a lot of stuff we allow to attack us is going to roll off of us. See what I'm saying? Let that man be him. If he didn't want you, he wouldn't be there. He would have been packed up and left. No, he would have been gone. I tell you what, leave him for 30 days and see how much weight he lose.
I did.
And did he lose some weight?
Hell no.
Oh, well, I don't know what type of. No, I'm just saying, but you still have to honor your vow because see that's it, man. It go back to God. When we sit there and say them vows, man, we're making the covenant with God as well.
Okay, well, I have a question. If you're talking about making vows in reference to God, what happens when you validate those vows and the other person doesn't? How do you handle that situation? How long do you wait for them to get the message that you're in it to
Woo.
win it?
So you're talking about if someone cheated or done something outside the marriage.
It may not necessarily be cheating. They've just physically checked out. And when they check out, they're not mentally, physically, or spiritually there. So again, at that point, you're still feeling like you're alone.
You just put on.
Well, again, it goes back to communication. You have to have prayer in your home, and I know a lot of times a lot of people don't want to hear prayer. I'm gonna be honest, y'all don't want to hear it now. But that's the only thing.
Well, I'm gonna bear to differ with that, because I went to church and I prayed for him and I begged him to go to church with me. He went to church with me one time, and that was to get married in the church. Okay.
But why did you marry him? Like you told me a few minutes ago, you said you
Here's
knew when you married.
No, the thing was, he went with me to church. He showed me things that I wanted until we got married, and when we got married, it's like a switch turned off.
Well, how long did y'all stay married?
5 years.
Ooh. So what you're basically saying, he kind of pulled one over your eyes. He would pretend to be one guy, and then when y'all got
And then
married,
once we got married, it was like almost like, like say we got married today, and we went out the next day, and he was like, "Didn't I tell you?" And I was like, "Huh? Who are you?"
oh, he did
Like,
a whole 360.
where did you come from?
Well, how long did y'all date before you got married?
But we knew each other prior. But my thing is, we didn't want to live together until after we were married. So
Yeah. See that?
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of young couples, like you said, you got married after 2 years, but we live in separate houses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we got this notion. What? Don't be staying with me, shacking. Yeah. I hear y'all, but a lot of time people be lusting over each other in separate households and have different living arrangements, and then they were like they say I do, and they get that house together. Man, all hell break loose because they never lived together. They've never took the time to understand who they was marrying. You know what
You
I'm
don't
saying?
know a person till you live together.
He may leave the toilet seat up. You may want the toilet seat down, and we'll allow that to interfere with our marriage when we could say, okay, that's who my husband is. Let me talk to him about it, and he may still not do it. But is it worth you throwing your marriage away? Some
So
stuff.
here's where my question became a big thing, where I would say to him, well, is there something wrong? Is there something? Oh, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. But yet you're still not acting accordingly. So is everything fine, or you're just telling me what you think I want to hear?
What do you mean acting according? You give him rules and regulations.
No, and
I'm
who
just
gives
keeping
rules and
real.
regulations? Oh, my thing is, if you're gonna be my husband,
But
that's
what
the
do you
part
mean?
when it's convenient.
So you don't believe in your husband acting of him? So what if that's not
All right,
him?
so then who are you then?
Well, it's the man you married. Who was he when you married him?
Yeah, no, he totally changed after we got married. It was like a switch went off, like day and night. Yesterday he was this, and then tomorrow he was that.
Yeah, but I will say this, and y'all can all tell, y'all can agree with this. When we first get married, it's all good. But when we start putting some time in, man, it get rough. And marriage is work. Marriage is work, man. And I'm talking to us right now. Have you noticed it's a lot of Caucasian couples, they wait till their kids turn 18 before they leave the household.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
We
they
as
do.
people, we panic. We just because it's about the kids with them. You know what I'm saying? Half of them put them insurance on them husband and kill them anyway, and get the money and be gone. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, we leave. We didn't got married. We didn't fell in love with him or her, got a baby, and now we finna dip. And now we messing
What
up.
does unconditional mean?
Unconditional? You to my unconditional love.
Unconditional, anything.
Unconditional.
I mean, I guess it's no limit to it. I guess.
You guess?
It means no stipulations, no rules, no nothing. Unconditional. It
So,
means that no matter what.
but see, y'all talking from how y'all want y'all man to treat y'all. But see, a lot of women.
No, that's what unconditional means.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Say it one more time. What unconditional mean? I'm finna get you. Come on, Miss Johnson.
You ain't got to get Jack. You
Now,
just tell me what unconditional. You tell me what unconditional means.
you just said.
Because I just told you what it means now. Now, what you want me to say?
Say it one more time, so the audience can hear. What do it mean again?
It means no stipulations, no rules, no nothing. Unconditional means just that, unconditioned. No conditions whatsoever, no matter what.
You know where he going with this?
Yeah, I know where he going with this. He going the wrong way. That's the wrong. He's making the wrong turn right now. He should be going left when he's trying to go right. But go ahead.
Real. Why can you not respect your husband's decision unconditionally?
What decision? Whose decision?
I mean, whatever he do.
I respect it.
Did you go? Why are you cutting up?
I'm not cutting up. Just because I don't, I can agree to disagree with anything. If I don't agree with it, and if I don't agree with something, and I don't like something, don't mean I have to accept it. I can respect it though.
Yeah, and that's all it takes. So when y'all have a conversation or whatever, do he acknowledge your feelings?
Didn't I just tell you I do everything by myself? Including conversations.
Oh, he went damn. Oh, man, that's tough. How long has been going? Like for some years?
Too many.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this. It turns around for a couple of months and then right back to the same thing.
But the number one person that knows who he is because he made him is the one person that is waiting to give you instructions on how to handle that in that situation.
I got time for no manuals. I had to read a book for driving.
Bing bong.
Yeah, communication, that's a hard one, man. If you don't have communication, that's bad.
No communication, no companionship.
But you got somehow you got to get the strength to stay in it though, because see, if you walk out of that, then you're dishonoring God.
So
I don't think God put it together.
But have you went to him and talked to him about it? What did he say to you? Did God tell you? I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm feeling like you can't hear me right now because I done told you numerous conversations, time and time again, over and over and over, year after year.
No, you talking about what the flesh did year after year. I'm talking about what God told you.
No, I'm talking about the conversation.
Yeah, the conversation with your husband that you're not having year after year. But what I'm saying to you, that you consult with God about what to do in the situation.
Been there, done that.
Okay, what did he say to you?
Maybe this ain't what I put together.
No, you.
tell you.
Yeah, you just. No, God ain't said maybe. It ain't no maybe with God. It's either he said you be with him or not be with him. Now, I don't know what he told you. I ain't gonna get into that. But I know when I made an emotional decision, God didn't tell me to do that. That's something I did, fleshly.
Mm-hmm.
I made an emotional decision.
This is not an emotion.
So you're unhappy.
This is unhappy is an emotion.
I'm just saying, but now.
But no, see, that's just it. I'm happy in my life.
Okay.
I'm very happy in my life. I'm happy in my family. I'm surrounded by love. I have love in every aspect of my life except my marriage.
Well, this is what you do. It's good. It's good.
So when your marriage is not rooted in love, then it ain't rooted in God.
Well, what you do is, you just said you happy, you surrounded by love. What you
Absolutely.
do now, you do what Jesus would do, and you pray. And you continue to love your husband. You keep praying for him.
I'll pray for him. You told me, the first thing you told me to do, keep walking in my path, walking in my life, and that's exactly what I'm going to do and intend to do. And wherever that path leads me, and wherever I end up, that's where I'm gonna end up.
Yeah, but see, I got a good memory. You had just said, see, I'm gonna tell you how God works. Now you say your husband don't communicate, but you also stated that you don't get on and talk. But I got you on here talking right now. See how God didn't work that thing out.
And I told you that this is out of my box.
Yeah, it's out your box.
I talk. I don't talk in forums like this.
Now let me ask you this. How do you go to your husband when you want to talk to him? Honestly, don't try to dress it up.
Simple. I need to talk to you.
Oh, that's a red flag for men.
Yeah, you went to him too rough. I need to talk to you. No, what you do is now when he
Either that or I strike up a conversation, and wherever it goes. But
see it can't go there.
normally, if I need to talk about something serious, if I don't tell him I need to talk to him, we wouldn't have a conversation at all because he ain't talking to nobody.
No, what you do is you got to play chess, not checkers. What you do? Uh,
He
yeah, you got to.
said he would run. Bye.
Now what you do is you flip the game on it. He come home. You probably you so mad. I know you don't have nothing cooked when he come home because you mad at him right now. What you do is you flip the game.
That's just it. I'm not mad at all.
We'll still feed you.
But listen to me. When you
Wait, Melissa, what'd you say? I would do what?
I said she would
I
still
can't hear.
feed you. That's her love language. The bottom line is you have to understand what each other's love language is.
There
That's
you
part
go.
of communication. So that's one of Lisa's love language. She's a giver. She likes that's her passion. She likes to cook. It makes her feel good to cook and serve. And then it makes her feel good to know that somebody's enjoying it. So they have to understand each other's love language. But again,
So he just shut down all the way around.
huh?
So he just shut down all the way around. So she loved cooking. So he just shut down all the way around. Ooh. Man, take it to the father, man. You ain't gonna get me in trouble. I don't know.
For example, she was here yesterday. For example, I cooked dinner for everybody. And once I was done with that and he came in the kitchen, I had cooked him something before I started cooking for everybody else. And he came in the kitchen and he was hungry. And I asked him if he wanted me to fix him something that he would like because he didn't like what I was cooking. He usually doesn't eat what we eat. So I offered to cook him something. He said, no, don't worry about it. You've been cooking all day. It's okay. Then a couple of hours later, he came right down the stairs in this kitchen and he pulled out food to cook.
Now, did you cook it? Did he cook it?
Melissa, who cooked that food?
She cooked it.
Well,
No questions asked.
well, you know what you do is, I mean, do he? What is his hobbies? Like, what do he do? Like, what is his hobby?
He ain't got none.
You don't watch sports?
It's soccer. Well, football.
Okay, football. What's his favorite team?
All of them over there across the water.
See what you do. You got to get
Manchester. Tell you the truth, Manchester Royal.
Yeah, no, that's soccer. That ain't football. Are you talking about football?
That's what they call it, though.
Okay, what you do, and I know it's gonna be hard, but he gonna be in front of that TV. Watch Manchester. And what you do, and it's not gonna be a quick process. What you do, you study and learn about Manchester.
Did that.
Did you really do it?
Yeah, years ago.
But then when you do it, do you actually sit down with him and have conversations about that?
Watched it with all that.
But was y'all communicating about what was going on?
Yes, he was teaching me.
Oh, that's just tough.
Good luck. Try to find something, brother. I'm trying to help you, but good luck.
I'm just saying, because like I said, he has a love language. You just need to find
Yeah, he has one, and I'm pretty much know what it is.
Okay, what is it? What y'all laughing about? You can tell this man talk.
His love language is it's of service, but it's not like the type of service that I give. Like my love language is serving people, but it's not the type of service that it's service, but it's different.
Okay. Well, I guess he wants you to treat him like a king or something and serve him, give him
While not reciprocating, and that's not gonna happen.
I'm confused. I'm lost on this. Yeah. What is it? Why y'all looking like
He likes to. Okay, one of the biggest issues I think is I'm an independent person and I'm an independent woman. He loves to cook too. The way we started dating is he would want to cook for me, and he could still do that, but he doesn't choose to. He's Jamaican, Ibrahim.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now how you gonna tell the audience? Won't tell me. So he like
Yes.
now, now, now,
Yes.
now, do you allow him to cook?
I don't have to allow him to cook.
So you never got to the problem. You said that he used to cook for you, and he just stop?
Yeah, he stopped for no reason other than he, like for every other thing he used to do, he's busy. He got schoolwork. He got to work. He can't do this. He can't do that because he got schoolwork or he got to work. It's always an excuse.
But is he really doing those things?
Um, I would probably say yeah, he is, but not 24/7. Not all the time.
We got to find something. But something ain't right because he probably really do be tired. We just got to figure out.
Okay, so you tired, but you sit upstairs and hang out and look at
Soccer.
Oh, some of it's definitely rooted in his culture, but not all of it because I know a lot of Jamaicans. A lot of Jamaicans. He's not my first Jamaican experience. And that's your audience I'm speaking to.
Yeah, I know who. Well, maybe you need to change your not your husband because I'm not gonna talk against that. But if God see fit for you and your husband not to pan out, which I think He will, but if something so happened to happen where y'all have to go, leave Jamaicans alone.
It's only when I haven't met like that.
Yeah, get your black man, just a regular black African American man or whatever you see fit to get, and try something else. But
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
yeah, I don't know, man. Because like I said, I'd have been went crazy because I'm a big communicator. I'm not going to lie to you. So I don't. But again, you still have to be patient. You still have to be patient, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be hurtful. Do not let the devil get in your mind where you're going out there and trying to cheat or whatever, or get caught in temptation. Because it's easy to do. Because when that man shut down and that woman wants something, bro, she want it. She already emotional too. So
That's what I think men do.
yeah,
I think just about anybody would do that, but not always. It's not always about that for us. It's not always. We will do all we can. We will. Before a woman walks away, she will do any and everything possible to save the relationship and keep it going, and anything. We will do all we can before, and when we walk away, we have exhausted all avenues. And a woman ain't walking away until we have done all that we possibly can. We will not. And once a woman walks away, that means that she's done all she could do. She's done prayed all she can pray. She done gave all she can give. And at that point, when a woman walks away, it's because she can't do no more.
Yeah.
And by the time we get to that point, trust me, we done. Because we don't walk away until we done.
No, but see you got to go back. What is God telling you to do for real? You got to talk to God. That's seriously. He'll speak to you, and it's not gonna be no quick. You're gonna have to continue to pray.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process because
y'all preaching to the choir. I know it's a process.
Because I know
it's not my first rodeo.
I know
this is not my first marriage. This is not my first rodeo.
Talk Ministry family, thank you all so much for tuning in. And I know the conversation is getting really good, but it is not over yet. Make sure you go check out the other parts of this video, and please like, subscribe, and share. And you already know what the slogan is. We thank God for you, we love you, and we are here.